Hi guys, thanks for tuning into KORC today. Today we are going to look at shortening servo leads. So typically when you put a RC car together, the servos are going to come with your radio gear. The leads are quite long to suit a big range of applications, but there is actually a way that you can shorten these leads to tidy up your wiring instead of just zip tying it all together like so. You can actually shorten them up and make it look a lot better. So a few of the things that you will need is you'll need some JST connectors. You can get these from eBay pretty easily. I got these ones from JCar. They will also come with the connectors that go inside the connector. Just going to need a pair of side cutters to cut up your old servo lead. And this is the most important tool that you are going to need to complete this job. This is a specialist crimping tool, and as you can see there, it's got some special teeth in it. And what they do is they specially crimp the wires onto these little connectors. Now I have tried to do it without using this tool, and all I can say is that it's not really worth it. You're better off investing in one of these. I think I got this from Hobbyking. It was fairly cheap, and I've used it plenty. I've got plenty of use out of it so far, so go and get yourself one of these. Pretty important tool. Righto, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to quickly remove the servos, the Futaba servos from this TG10 top deck, and I'm actually going to be replacing those with some old Sanwa 102 servos. I prefer to cut these up, save these ones for some other projects. So I'll just quickly go ahead and do that now. Alright, so there we go. All of the new Sanwa electronics have been mounted. And as you can see here, when you connect all of this up, usually you would just route the wires away from everything, and then basically you would just tie them all up together, and you would use a zip tie. You would use a zip tie just to put it all together like so. But you can shorten these leads if you want to. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to measure how much we want to cut off our servos. And obviously remember that you want to probably have a little bit more on there than you need, because you can't add it back on without going inside the servo and doing some major work. Alright, so you get the servo wires running about where you want. And all you're going to do is just sort of loop them up to where they're going to plug in. Alright, so that looks like the throttle servo there will be nice. So we'll just cut it off just a little bit longer than we need. Probably only by about an inch. And we can do the same with the steering servo. Make sure that's all tucked away. And we'll cut it to the same, sort of tie your wires together. Like so. Cut that one off at the same length. So one other thing that you're going to look out for when you cut your wires is that you've got three colours on there. So you've got your black, your red and your blue. The blue is the signal wire, the red is the power, and the black is the ground. And they go into the servo like so. So when we shorten the leads and we put them in the JST plug, in the new JST here, So to make sure that we get them in the right order. One thing I have noticed about the steering servo that's going on this car is that it's actually got the wires around the other way. So usually the black one would be on the right, the red one would be in the middle, and the signal wire would be where the blue one is. So I'm not sure why that is. I actually got this servo in a bulk lot of RC stuff, so I'll wire it up and plug it in and see how we go. Right, so as you can see here, I've gone ahead and just separated the wires just a little bit, and I've also trimmed the wires on the end there so they're all the same length. I've done it on the steering servo there as well. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take these little connectors on here. We're going to need 6 of these. Alright, so what's going to happen here is the wire is going to go into the connector like that. The triangle part is going to crimp down on the blue part of the wire, and the secondary part is going to crimp onto the copper part of the wire. And on the tool here you can see that there's steps in the teeth, and what they do is they crimp those two at different rates, and it gives you a nice tight secure crimp on there. So we put the connector in the tool, close it up a bit just to get it ready. Just going to give the wire a little twist. Then we're going to insert the wire into the connector so it's poking out the other side, and then just crimp away. Alright, and you can see on there that the tool is crimped onto the casing, and it's also crimped onto the copper wire there as well. And that's giving you a solid connection on there. Onto the final wire. Can be a little bit tricky sometimes to get it in there when you put the connector in the crimping tool first. There you have it. 3 new connectors on a shortened lead. So I'll just go ahead and do the throttle servo now. And now they're ready to insert into the JST connector. So you need to make sure that you get the wires into the right order into the JST connector, so that when you plug it into your receiver that they're in the right holes. All they do is they push into the connector, and there's a little plastic tab that grabs the connector to stop it from pulling back out. So you can see inside there. You just keep pushing it in. So as you can see there, once you push the wires in all the way, those little connectors catch onto these little plastic brackets, and then your wires are completely secured on the connector. And you're going to go ahead and you're just going to plug your JST connector into your receiver. As normal. And as you can see there, you haven't got this big unsightly bird's nest. Tuck your wires up in there very nicely. I'll just go ahead and do the same to the steering servo. Because these wires are coming out in this order, I'm not 100% sure what's going on. So I might connect them up the way that I think they're supposed to be. As you can see there, we'll go black, red and blue. And we'll see how we go. So there we go, connectors on the steering servo. Can install that the way we had it before. Set that into our receiver. There you go. Shortened servo leads. Alright, hopefully you've found this little video helpful. And just remember that once you change the length of these wires, it's very hard to change them back because you need to go inside the servo and solder on a brand new lead. Alright, what I might do as well is I might just quickly shorten the power lead here as well. So as you can see, if we put that in, we're just going to end up with this big untidy bit here. So I'll just go ahead and quickly do that.